Yeah. Pop in, burning like this, ain't checking my wrist. Third is my shift. Rolling all night like flex. We look at the clips, these credits are lit.
What's going on, folks, man? It's your man, Old Reaction. I'm back here with another reaction. We got your boy 1090 Jake talking about the whole All-Star, JR and Ben 10 situation. If you ain't familiar with the situation, it goes how All-Star JR and J Prince Jr. was going back and forth online. Well, mostly J Prince Jr. for what I've seen. And then one day All-Star JR was in the club, and J Prince Jr. allegedly happened to be in the club at the same time, and had some words, and a fight broke out, and Ben 10 and a couple other people, I think they said, I forgot, I don't want to say nobody's name, but Ben 10 and a few other people jumped on All-Star JR. They jumped him. He ended up picking up somebody's weapon because they dropped it, and Ben 10 started just letting off with that thing like Jay Wick. I mean, well, I said Jay Wick, but like Wick. So yeah, let's get into the content, man. Let's see what tonight Jake has to say, what kind of update he has on the whole situation. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk to me. I talk back into that comment section.
One of the craziest self-defense cases has completely backfired on Detroit rapper All-Star JR after he was already indicted by the feds for being a felon in possession of a firearm, even though the gun wasn't his. But now the state of Texas is charging him with shooting NBA 10 and basically spinal tapping him, leaving him permanently paralyzed. All-Star JR gets charged again in NBA Ben 10 shooting for aggravated assault causing traumatic brain or spine injury. This is one of the photos from the shooting. Somebody would say Ben 10 is telling how come he is not arrested for assault and robbery, because the whole thing was started because of him. If everything is on camera and nobody is telling on each other, everybody should be in jail, especially Ben and Ron, because JR was defending himself.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna go ahead and say NBA Ben 10 is snitching, but it's very weird that it is captured on video, and I have the affidavit.
Hey, he might not be snitching, but he doing some form of talking to the police. I tell you that. Whatever you want to call that, cooperating, snitching, ratting, whatever you want to call it, he doing some form of talking, communicating with the police. I tell you that, because ain't no way that boy ain't in jail.
New affidavit that just came out that details everything from the Houston police's point of view, and now we have confirmation as to who the gun came from. Quick pause, because this might actually help you out.
You do?
If you've ever needed access to your money before payday, there's a banking app called People Like You Stay More on Top of Their Finances. But before we get to that, Ben 10 would grace social media with his presence by showing us a video of him wiggling his toes to show he's regaining feeling in his legs. Now, if you blinked, you probably missed it. That's how much wiggling went on. But that's it. That's all he can do. And this might be a response to Mimo 600, who's been on his ass since he got shot. Because the shit he been posting just been diabolical. He got one when he's in a Hellcat.
Nope. You ain't get me. I swear, you ain't get me. Almost.
I'm just saying, the shit funny. I'm not gonna act like I don't think it's fucking funny. It's funny. I wouldn't want to be dude, but you know, you reap what you sow in a sense.
Yeah.
But for this case, don't forget, there was no confusion as to if All-Star JR did this, because not only did he admit it to the police, he admitted it all over his Instagram. I mean, this was the post right after.
This was wicked, yo. That shirt was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Look at Mimo 600. He's saying, I ain't read the shirt at first. Yeah, that was my reaction to it too. I didn't see the shirt at first, and then I looked up and I said, what? Unplug that. I was like, oh snap, yo. This dude is a wild boy. He a wild boy, yo. And he had every right to gloat about what transpired that night, you know what I mean? Because he came out on top. He should have been the one on the bottom. And I'm telling you, had the shoe been on the other foot, and they got the best of All-Star JR and stomped him out, whooped him out, they would have been bragging just as much as him, even more. And they would have been telling you, yeah, that's why I tell you don't mess with us, because, you know what I'm saying, the NBA, we stand doing business, and they would have said all a bunch of stuff, man. I'm telling you. the dude Ben 10 would have been talking hot junk, man. But now they ain't talking because they became the victims. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really get mad at him for gloating because they came to take his possessions, man. And he stood up for himself. You know what I'm saying?
Just saying, had to shoot to the D and get some new ice because my man's Ben 10 took some of my stuff to the hospital with him. Unplugged that.
That's great.
And yeah, we got Traplo Ross in the comments. We got Mimo in the comments. We got OP. We got Seti Nash. I mean, this was crazy when it first hit the internet.
Yeah.
And he was not shying away from any of the allegations. He was letting it be known he shot them because the gun didn't come from him. It wasn't his gun. They jumped him, tried to rob him. One of them dropped their gun. He got it, shot them. And everyone thought this was the illest case of self-defense, and he's gonna be able to brag about it, do interviews about it.
Make sure you drink your water.
He was gonna do a Vlad TV interview before the feds picked him up. Everything was lined. He probably thought this was gonna be the thing that puts him on the map, that boosts his career.
It did for a while though.
Free shooting.
I mean, he is on the map. He did get on the map because I didn't know who this guy was before this whole thing happened. I had never heard of him, but then I realized I did hear him because, you know, Hey JR and a blessing. So, I mean, I heard him there, but excuse me. I didn't hear him. Like, I didn't know that was him. I wouldn't know nothing about him. If this never happened right here, I would never know who All-Star JR is. Never. Because I don't really listen to too many Detroit rappers' music. I probably listen to, like, I think Icewear Vezo, and I hear some Asada Baby stuff, but I haven't heard nothing else.
Oh, you hoe ass niggas.
That's not this Detroit. I'm not tuned into it yet.
You see Ben back. You see Ben back. Well, if the bitch so back, tell him to do the Ben 10. I'll double it for him. Fuck he talking about. Do that bitch, Ben. Nigga, this your dance. Get in your groove, nigga, if you back.
Now, this was from 5 weeks ago, and he's telling him to do a dance that he made up. Mimo said, I'll stay off social media if he can wiggle his toes right now. And mind you, if we want to be fair, it took Ben 10 5 weeks to wiggle his toes. Reason being, he got stood over not one time, not 2 times, but 3 times.
That's
before
crazy.
Getting pistol whipped.
When I found out.
But this right here is making everything worse.
When I found out it was 3 times, I was like, yo, wow. My man, and then when he's leaving, he tried to do it again over the counter, but, you know, he couldn't do nothing. Then he pissed. That was crazy, yo. That was wild. And then he wiped it off and everything and then left behind her.
Form. He's been charged with aggravated assault with a traumatic brain or spine injury. Now, this is going to go through the entire shooting that took place. It was reported during the course of the physical altercation, the defendant, who is JR, discharged a firearm multiple times in the direction of the group of males, striking and injuring Fields, who is Ben 10. In the report, it was also documented that a Glock 43X handgun, 1 Glock 43X magazine, a black firearm holster with blood on it, 10 fired 9mm shells, blah, 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 blah. During the course of the investigation, they reviewed camera footage from inside of the club/restaurant where they could see JR.
I wonder what type of ammo was in that gun. It couldn't have been no hollows. I guess it had to be like the FMJ or whatever like that, man. Because that's a lot of shots he survived. I tell you that. I don't think he could have survived it if it was hollows. I don't think he could have survived it if it was hollows. I don't think he could have survived it. So yeah, it couldn't have been FMJ.
The female. They got up to leave and began to leave via the elevators. Once reaching there, a large group, including Ben 10, exited the elevators, and an initial verbal altercation ensues between JR and the group. During the physical altercation, JR is seen fist fighting with Ben 10 and several others. As the fight is going on, officers observed a male involved in the fight lose his holstered firearm from his waistband, where it then lands on the ground under a table. They then observe All-Star JR fall to the ground and take possession of the firearm, where he begins to shoot into the crowd, striking Ben 10 with the initial shots. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, proves what the federal paperwork did not. We now have confirmation that gun was not JR's. It came from the group that attacked him, fell, and when he fell from getting jumped, he grabbed the gun and opened fire. Unless you're in like liberal California or fucked up New York City,
Jersey,
under almost any southern law, would this be a stand your ground, case closed, self-defense scenario?
yeah, it should be, but
it's what happened after.
yeah, well, I say he went back, he did a lot of stuff.
Detectives were able to see Ben 10 immediately incapacitated and falling to the ground on his side before slowly rolling on his back, where he does not move again.
He's gonna explain to you what happened, like why he getting charged for murder, but and everything else he's getting charged with. He's gonna explain to us a lot of stuff, man. He did a lot of stuff. He didn't just self defend. He did. I mean, it was self defense, but he went overboard. I ain't gonna lie.
JR is then observed to get up from the ground and continue to fire the gun in the direction of the crowd as they run away. After approximately 13 seconds, JR is then observed returning to Ben 10, who is still motionless on the floor, where JR discharges 3 more rounds at Ben 10 in close range, striking him. After the 3rd round, they observed the slide of the firearm to be locked back, indicating that JR ran out of bullets. JR is then seen walking away before walking back, and at that time he points the gun directly at Ben 10's head and appears to pull the trigger. However, the gun didn't fire.
Shot my man. He tried to
So
dome
when
shot
you're
him.
looking at a gun, you often see this in gun range videos. When someone's shooting and their only view is the back of the gun, they don't really notice when the slide's locked back, because it can pretty much look the same, especially if you're focused on what's down.
Well, I don't know who that is, because when I'm at the range letting it go, I know when my slide comes back. You do see the slide when it comes back. You should know, but I guess with all the adrenaline pumping and him going off right there, he's not really paying attention to that in that moment. You know what I'm saying? He's just thinking he wants to finish my man off. So I get it. But at the range, nah, you know this.
Range. So he didn't know the gun was out of bullets. And this adrenaline dump he was having, he thought it still had one in there. And he tried to dome check Ben 10 and
finish my man. Finish him.
Because the gun was out of ammo, they observed JR stand over Ben 10 and pistol whip him in the face before finally spitting on him and fleeing the scene. Through the investigation, police learned from Ben 10's medical treatment team that he sustained a spine injury as a result of the shooting that has left him without sensation from the waist down. They also learned that based on the extent of the injuries, the prognosis for Ben 10 is that he will have irreversible paralysis of his lower extremities.
Hey man, that's wicked work, man. I'm gonna cut it off there, man. If you want to see the rest of this take that 1090 Jake has on the rest of the news he has on this whole thing, go over to his page and click the video with Allstar JR and look at the update, man. That whole thing sounds crazy. I do see why they're charging Allstar JR for the murder. I didn't see why they charged him the first time. Like, why you charging the man for self-defense? But I didn't know that he did all that extra stuff. I didn't know he picked it up, chased the other guys. You know what I'm saying? After he shot Ben 10 on the first shot, he was done after that, off the rip. He was already paralyzed off the first shot. So when he chased those guys, shoot those guys up, come back, shoot my man up, then come back again and do it again, yo, and then gonna dome shot him, but then it's out of bullets, so then he just pistol whips him and spits on him. Yeah, that was overkill. That was way overkill. When I get the self-defense, but that was overkill. At that point, Ben 10 was, after the first shot, he was helpless. He couldn't do nothing else to you. You know what I'm saying? They said he was already paralyzed, so that all that extra stuff is overkill. So that's why they're getting him, and then they're trying to get him with another enhancement with the whole, like, he calls great bodily injury, or like spinal injury or something like that, and that's gonna get him a lot of time. That's gonna get him a lot of time because of the enhancement they put on the charges he already got. You know what I'm saying? And apparently too, when you watch this, you gonna tonight break it down. He had charges and he got Fed charges and he got state charges. So he got two separate things he got to fight, man. And then he gets the time, so he gets 10 years for one, and then he get more time for the other. And once he gets done with the state time, he gotta go do the fed time too. So if he get 15 years state time, and then he get another 10 years fed time. If he get 15 years state time and then 10 years fed time, then he gotta go do the state time first. After the state time is over, or whatever one first. Either way, after he gets done doing one, he has to go immediately do the other one. They're not gonna run concurrent. So that's a trippy, man. That's really messed up for something that you just went out to go have a good time. You wasn't looking for no fight. You wasn't coming to cause nothing. They hopped on you, jumped on you, and tried to beat you up. And they could have killed you with all them people jumping on you and throwing chairs at you, hitting you in the head, all of that stuff. And now you're sitting here fighting for your life again, but in the courtroom. It's crazy how quick things could change, man. It's crazy how quick things could change, man. You could think everything's good, and then boom, a storm's coming. And I pray for All-Star J. I pray he gets out of this situation, because Ben Tenden was dead wrong. And I still don't understand. Somebody got to explain to me how those guys are not in jail, man. Anyway, man, this is All-Star JR. Anyway, this is Old Head Reacts, man. Thank you for tuning in, yo. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Talk to me, I talk back. Get into that comment section. Hit that like button, man. You know what I mean? Talk to me, man. Y'all have a good night. Be well.
Yeah. Pop in, burning like this, ain't checking my wrist. Third is my shift. Rolling all night like flex, we look at the clips, these credits are